Hello and welcome to my review of Our Idiot Brother, starring Paul Rudd, Elizabeth Banks, and Zooey Deschanel. This movie centers on Ned, played by Paul Rudd, who's, for lack of a better term, naive. While being on parole after selling drugs to a uniformed police officer, he goes and lives with his three sisters and manages to screw up the lives of all of them based on his pure, unabashed naivete. I had all sorts of expectations for Our Idiot Brother. It's kind of one of those indie-style movies that big stars attach their names to, and that either goes in a very good direction or a very bad direction. Unfortunately, Our Idiot Brother is a very charming little comedy. The best thing about this movie is Ned himself. Paul Rudd gives a really good performance in this movie because the thing that most of these idiot movies get wrong is that they make their lead character a complete and total ass, to where when these bad things happen to them, you don't really care. But Ned is just such a sweet, charming guy that you really do like and you really do root for. That when all these idiotic things happen to him, or when he does stupid things, you're just endeared to it more than just annoyed by it. And that's one of the things that I think a lot more of these kind of buffoonish comedies really should take note of, is to make their lead character likable. And this movie does that in spades. Paul Rudd is just a great screen presence for a likable character. In fact, there's a scene in this movie where they're watching the original Pink Panther and talking about how funny it is, and all I could think about the whole time is how much this is the anti-Pink Panther. This is a movie about a truly likable guy who just happens to fall into bad situations based on his naivete instead of just obnoxious stupidity. This movie has an all-star cast of supporting actors who are just that. People who you wouldn't normally pay to see but really help a film, like Elizabeth Banks, Emily Mortimer, Zooey Deschanel, all very charming actors who do a great job as the sisters, and they all have excellent comedic timing. Also, another notable one is Steve Coogan, who comes in as Emily Mortimer's husband. He has some great lines, and in most movies, Steve Coogan really does have great comedic timing. In terms of the humor, the best way I can describe this movie is pleasant. It's not necessarily laugh-out-loud funny, but there are a lot of little chuckles, and there are a couple big kind of laughs in it. And it's kind of a very breezy, easy-to-watch movie. It's kind of got a nice mix of kind of physical comedy, just dialogue where characters are very naive, and kind of stoner humor. And it has like a good, solid mix of both where you never get tired of any one breed of humor. Also, the plot of the movie, while nothing too groundbreaking, is fun because you really like all of these characters. And because they just have such great personalities and really care about what's going to happen to them. And they just have there's just some unique arcs, and the thing doesn't necessarily go in the typical predictable direction you might expect. I mean, there's no twist ending or anything, but it'll keep you guessing. But any problems with this film? There are occasional 5-10 minute periods where the movie does kind of dip and become slow for a while, but then something else engaging or funny will happen, and you'll just be wrapped right back up into it. Overall, if you want a nice, breezy movie where you won't have to think too much and just enjoy yourself, Our Idiot Brother is a movie to go see this weekend. It mainly succeeds on the likability of Paul Rudd, especially, and the rest of its cast, and it has a lot of chuckles and a few moments that really do have you laughing out loud. Overall, I give Our Idiot Brother 3 stars out of 4. Subscribe for more videos, and until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike, making sure your time is worth your money.